Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at the extract based questions from the lesson Law Spring from class 12 English. If you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of chapters from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So, Law Spring is written by Anis Jang. So, let us look at the extracts. Extract number 1. I have nothing else to do, he mutters, looking away. So, let us look at the questions from this extract. Question number 1. Who is the speaker of these words? The narrator, Sahib, Mukesh or the tea stall owner? So, we know that it is Sahib who is telling these words. So, question number 2. Why did the narrator ask him? What did the narrator ask him? Why he did this? Why he did not go to school? Or why he wore torn clothes? Or why he did not wear shoes? So, we know that the narrator asked him why he was doing that, what he was doing. She saw him doing something. So, she asked him, why are you doing this? So, the answer is A, why he did this. So, let us look at the next question. Question number 3. What was he doing? He was playing tennis. He was going to the tea stall. He was scrounging for gold in the garbage. He was going to school. So, he was scrounging for gold in garbage. That means he was rag picking. So, the answer is C. So, next question. Where did he come from? Pakistan, Dhaka, Sri Lanka or India? So, we know that he is from Dhaka. So, why did he come here? So, why did he leave Dhaka and come here? He wanted to find a job. His house was destroyed by the storms. To get educated, to work for someone. So, he had come to India or Delhi or Simapuri because his house in Dhaka was destroyed by the storms. So, the answer is B. So, let us look at the next extract. After months of knowing him, I ask him his name. Sahib-e-Alam, he announces. He does not know what it means. If he knew its meaning, Lord of the Universe, he would have a hard time believing it. So, the questions, question number 1, whose name is Sahib-e-Alam? Obviously, we know it is Sahib's full name. His name is Sahib-e-Alam. So, question number 2, did Sahib know the meaning of his name? Yes, no, maybe or don't know. So, the answer is B, no, he did not know the meaning of his name. So, question number 3, what would have happened if he had known the meaning of his name? So, he will feel excited, he will feel proud, he will feel surprised or he will find it difficult to believe. So, the answer is he will find it difficult to believe. So, the next question, was Sahib a good friend of the narrator? She just saw him for a few days, she had known him for a few months, she had known him for years or she did not know him. So, the answer is B, she had known him for a few months. So, let us look at the next question, question number 5. What is the irony in his name? It means Lord of the Universe, but he is a rag picker. The name suits his work. The name is given to him because he was rich once upon a time. The name was adopted by him. So, we know that answer is A. It means Lord of the Universe, but he is a rag picker. So, now let us look at the next extract. I have seen children walking barefoot in cities on village roads. It is not lack of money, but a tradition to stay barefoot is one explanation. I wonder if this is only an excuse to explain away a perpetual state of poverty. So, let us look at the questions. Question number 1. What has the speaker seen? Children picking rags for a living, children working in the fields, children walking barefoot in many places, children with good shoes and sandals. So, it is C, children walking barefoot in many places. So, question number 2, what tradition is the speaker talking about? Poor people not having enough money, children remaining barefoot most of the time, children rag picking often, children going for work. So, here the answer is B, children remaining barefoot most of the time. So, next question, question number 3, what is the speaker trying to explain? The children in the slum do not like to wear shoes. Their poverty is the reason for not wearing shoes. they don't have their favorite brand shoes or they are not allowed to wear shoes. So, she is making us understand that their poverty is the reason for not wearing shoes. So, next question, what does the word perpetual mean? Is it strong, forever, continuous or short while? So, perpetual means continuous. So, question number 5, who is the I in the above lines? Is it Sahib, is it Mukesh, or is it the narrator or the tea stall owner? So, I here is the narrator. So, let us look at the next extract. They have lived here for more than 30 years without an identity, without permits, but with ration cards that get their names on voters' lists and enable them to buy grain. Food is more important than survival, than an identity. So, let us look at the questions from this extract. Question number 1, what place is referred to as here in the above line? Is it Delhi, Simapuri, Firozabad or Dhaka? So, we are talking about B, Simapuri. So, let us look at the next question. Question number 2, who have lived here? Squatters from Bangladesh, natives of Delhi, rag pickers from other parts of India or the wealthy people of Delhi? So, the answer is A, squatters from Bangladesh have been living here for a long time. So, what is the meaning of squatters? Squatters are people who come and live there without anyone's permission. So, these people from Bangladesh come over to this area and build their tents or houses and live there without asking anybody's permission. So, let us look at the next question. How have people lived here? Without ration cards and permits, with ration cards and name on voters list, with ration cards but without identity, without ration cards but with identity, with permits and ration cards. So, the answer is B, with ration cards and name on the voters list. So, here there is a typo error. So, it is name on the voters list, not name of the voters list. So, with ration cards and name on the voters list. So, question number 4, how do they get their names on the voters list? With permits, with ration cards, by bribing the politicians or without ration cards? So, they use their ration cards to get the name on the voters list. So, the answer is B. So, question number 5, what is more important than identity for these people? So, is it honesty, is it compassion, is it survival or competition? So, for them survival is more important than identity. So, let us look at the next extract. For children it is wrapped in wonder, for the elders it is a means of survival. So, let us look at the questions. Question number 1, what does it refer to in the above line? Is it garbage, is it a silver coin or a 10 rupee note or shoes? So, it refers to garbage in the above line. So, let us look at the second question. What is wrapped in wonder for the children? The garbage, gold, going to school or silver coins? So, it is the garbage that is wrapped in wonder for the children. So, the next question, question number 3, what is the means of survival for the elders? Is it the garbage, working in a tea stall, staying in the slum or moving from place to place? So, again it is the garbage that is the means of survival for the elders. So, question number 4, why is it wrapped in wonder for the children? They may find a rupee sometimes, they may find even a 10 rupee note, they have a lot of hope for finding something valuable, all of the above. So, we know that it is all of the above. So, that is why the garbage is wrapped in wonder for the children. They may sometimes find a rupee, sometimes they even find a 10 rupee note. So, there is a lot of hope for them that they would find something valuable every time they start scrounging the garbage. So, question number 5, why is it a means of survival for the elders? They have many other works to support them. They are not willing to do any other work. They are lazy people. They earn some money from rag picking and selling their find. So, the answer is D, they earn money from rag picking and selling their find. So, it is the garbage that is the only means of survival for these elders. So, let us look at the next extract. I now work in a tea stall down the road, he says, pointing in the distance. I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. So, let us look at the questions from this extract. Question number 1, who is the speaker of these words? Is it Mukesh, Sahib, the narrator, or the tea stall owner? So the answer is B, Sahib. So let's look at the next question. Question number 2. Where does he work now? That is, where does Sahib work now? At the garbage dump, in a tea stall, at the motor mechanic shop, or in a ration shop? So we know that he is working in a tea stall now. So question number 3. How much does he earn there? 800 rupees and free meals, 800 rupees only free meals, or 800 rupees per week? So we know that he gets 800 rupees per month and all the meals. So it is 800 rupees and free meals. So next question, what was he carrying? A plastic bag, a milk pot, a steel canister, a gunny bag. So he was carrying a steel canister. What's a canister? Canister is a container. So question number 5, what was he doing before working in the tea stall? Rag picking, going to school, working in a vegetable shop, or working in a factory? We know that he was a rag picker who was always scrounging for gold in the garbage. So let's look at the next extract. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulders. So let's look at the questions from this extract. Question number 1. Who is the he mentioned in the above lines? Is it Sahib, Mukesh, Sahib's friend, or Mukesh's friend? So we know it is A, Sahib. So let's look at the next question. What seemed to be heavier? The plastic bag, the steel container, the milk bottle, or a pair of shoes? So the steel canister seemed to be heavier than his plastic bag. So what was lighter over his shoulders? It is typed as Y, actually it is what. So while I was typing quickly, there was a spelling mistake. So it is what was lighter over his shoulders? Is it the plastic bag, the steel canister, the milk bottle, or a pair of shoes? So we know that the plastic bag was lighter over his shoulders. So the next question, why was it seeming to be heavier? Here it represents the steel canister. So why did it look to be heavier? It took away his freedom. He lost his carefree look. He was not his own master. All of the above. So it is all of the above. So he was working in a tea stall. He was having no freedom. He lost his carefree look and he was not his own master. So the answer is D, all of the above. So let's look at the last question from the extract. Was he happy with the work in the tea stall? He was not happy. He was very happy. He was extremely sad. He did not like the job. So we know that he did not seem to be happy because he had lost his carefree look. He did not have freedom as he had when he was a rag picker, and he was not his own master. So he was not happy with the job and he was only compelled to do it. There is no other go. He had to work in the tea stall because he was earning 800 rupees per month and he was getting all his meals free. So I hope you liked today's video. For more informative videos, do subscribe to Hello English Teacher. Like, share and give your valuable comments below. Thank you for watching.